And the U.S. State Department has urged Americans in Venezuela to leave the country immediately. They have cited risks from armed militia searching vehicles for U.S. citizens at roadblocks. The department has issued a security alert and called the situation in the country as fluid. It urged American citizens to use international flights to leave the country, warning them of armed militias called collectivos searching for cars for Americans or evidence of U.S. support. Now, the alert comes 1 week after the country's leader, Nicolas Maduro, was captured by U.S. forces in a lightning raid. Now, as per reports, members of collectivos were seen roaming on motorbikes and setting up roadblocks in capital Caracas. U.S. President Donald Trump also signed an emergency order on Friday to protect U.S.-held money derived from sales of Venezuelan oil. The White House released a fact sheet accompanying the order and said that the order was in line with President Trump's directive to advance U.S. foreign policy objectives in Venezuela. Trump, who has made clear that tapping Venezuela's vast oil reserves was a key goal in the U.S. ouster of Maduro, held a meeting on Friday where he pressed top American oil executives to invest in Venezuela. However, Trump was met with cautious reception from the CEOs. The chief executive of ExxonMobil describing the country as uninvestable without sweeping reforms. Now, following the meeting with oil executives, Trump took to his Truth Social and said that he loves the Venezuelan people and was working to make the country rich and safe again. The statement from Trump was also backed by Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, who said that the U.S. could lift more sanctions on Venezuela as soon as next week. Although despite these statements, Venezuela's acting president, Delcy Rodríguez, has once again denounced U.S. for the military raid and subsequent capture of Maduro. Rodríguez made her comments during a tour in the Miranda state while addressing a crowd of supporters who chanted, "Delcy, go on because you have my trust."
The Caribbean Sea must be a territory of peace. From here, we will not stop condemning the criminal aggression against the Venezuelan people that occurred in the early morning of January 3, 2026. It will go down in history as a great stain on United States-Venezuela relations.
Meanwhile, supporters of Nicolas Maduro staged protests on Saturday, a week after his dramatic capture by U.S. forces. Waving flags and placards with the face of the ex-leader and his wife Celia, around 1,000 protesters rallied in the west of Caracas and a few hundred in the eastern Petare district.
On January 3rd, we were unjustly attacked, and our constitutional president was taken from us. We are a sovereign country. We are a country of peace. We have a president of peace, President Nicolas Maduro Moros.
On Thursday, Venezuela released a number of imprisoned high-profile opposition figures, activists and journalists in what the government described as a gesture to seek peace. Trump also hailed the release of prisoners, saying he was happy to see Venezuela releasing the political prisoners, adding that he had canceled a second wave of strikes on the country.
I'm thrilled, happy. Thank God I'm going to enjoy my family again.